the third day of our Indochina trip, and it's finally the day that we're going to Cambodia to see the famous Angkor Wat. We arrived at the bus station in Ho Chi Minh at around 6 a.m. and we waited for a while before our bus finally picked us up. The first leg of our trip is going from Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam to Phnom Penh, Cambodia, which takes about 6 hours, but it really went by faster than we thought. We arrived at the Phnom Penh bus station at around noon. They had a lot of buses and minivans here headed to different parts of Cambodia. We didn't stay long before we boarded a minivan for the second leg of our trip to go to Siem Reap. The second leg of our trip would also take us about 6 hours, but we had a lot of stopovers to use the bathroom and get some snacks. We're here in Siem Reap, and this is the hotel where we're gonna stay at. Because it was pretty late when we arrived, we just decided to have dinner at the hotel since they also have the restaurant. We got fish amok, sweet and sour chicken, and khmer curry. It's 5:30 in the morning and we left the hotel really early because we are gonna catch the sunrise at Angkor Wat. We didn't have any tickets yet, so we stopped by their ticketing office to get them. They offer several options for the ticket. You could get a one-day ticket for $37, a 3-day pass for $62, and a 7-day pass for $72. It's entirely possible to take 7 days to explore Angkor Wat because it's actually not only a single temple, but a temple complex stretching about 400 square kilometers, making it one of the largest and most impressive religious monuments in the world. Because we only have limited time in Siem Reap, we only got the one-day ticket for $37. We arrived before a lot of people were there, and our tuk-tuk driver took us to this spot to get a really good view of Angkor Wat. The sunrise is a breathtaking sight. As the first light rises behind the iconic Angkor Wat silhouette, the temple's reflection shimmers in the lotus pond, painting the sky in shades of gold, pink, and orange. Standing before Angkor Wat feels like stepping back in time. Built in the early 12th century by King Suryavarma II, this masterpiece was originally dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu, a symbol of power, devotion, and Khmer Empire's golden age. The temple stretches over 160 hectares, surrounded by a vast moat and towering walls. Its 5 lotus-shaped towers represent Mount Meru, the sacred home of the gods in Hindu mythology. As you walk through its long corridors, Every wall tells a story, from ancient battles to scenes from the Ramayana and Mahabharata, carved with incredible detail almost 9 centuries ago. Today, Angkor Wat is not just a historical site, it's a living monument still visited by Buddhist monks and travelers from around the world, drawn by its timeless beauty and spiritual calm. After walking around Angkor Wat for a while, it was time to visit our second temple. The temple that we are going to is called Prohm. This temple got really famous because the movie Tomb Raider, starring Angelina Jolie, was filmed here. As we get closer, we begin to see a place where nature has reclaimed history. Giant tree roots weave through crumbling stone walls, wrapping the temple in a surreal embrace. It's one of the most atmospheric sites in Angkor, where the jungle and ruins have become one. Built in the 12th century by King Jayavarman VII, Prohm was originally constructed as a Buddhist monastery and university. At its peak, it housed more than 12,000 people, including monks, priests, and dancers, and supported by nearly 80,000 villagers who maintained and supplied it. Unlike Angkor Wat, which has been carefully restored, Prohm was left almost as it was discovered, allowing nature to take back what was once its own. The temple's corridors are narrow and overgrown, filled with the sounds of the jungle, the buzz of insects, the rustle of leaves, and the distant call of birds echoing through the ruins. It's easy to imagine what this place once was, a thriving spiritual sanctuary, now frozen in time where history and nature coexist in perfect harmony. After staying under the heat of the sun for several hours, we were exhausted and we didn't have any energy to visit another temple. Instead, our tuk-tuk driver suggested that we should still drive by another of the famous temples, the Bayon Temple, so we could still see the facade. What makes Bayon truly unforgettable are its 54 towers, each carved with serene stone faces smiling in every direction. The identity of the faces are a subject of debate, but scholars generally believe they either represent the Bodhisattva of compassion, Avalokitesvara, or King Jayavarman VII in a divine or semi-divine form. At 4 p.m., we continued exploring Siem Reap using tuk-tuk rides that we booked through Grab. The first stop is the Made in Cambodia market, which offers authentic handmade Cambodian crafts where customers can directly support local artisans. This is a great place to get souvenirs. They sell jewelry, home decorations, trinkets, paintings, clothing, and even some spices like kampot pepper. The next stop is a Japanese-inspired cafe called Kanmu. This place reminds me of Studio Ghibli films and they serve really good coffee. We wanted something to eat, so we walked to a place that sells nampang, the Cambodian version of banh mi. This nampang is a little different from usual since they're using beef skewers. We only paid about 5,000 reals for this, and they even came with bread and pickled papaya. All of it goes really well together and it's really delicious. Our next stop is the old market where we are gonna buy some more souvenirs.
Mag-decide lang pareho.
Unfortunately, our one day in Siem Reap is now over. We will be taking a night bus to go back to Phnom Penh since we will be flying to Thailand from there. After 6 hours, we arrived at Phnom Penh. We headed straight to the airport to wait for our flight.